Hey Conkers! Welcome to another episode of The Talk. Today, I'll be interviewing Justin Sattler in 9th grade, who was suggested to us by Miss Helen in our last interview. So, let's go see him. Hey Justin, thanks for squeezing in some time today for the interview. Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure. Hey everybody, my name is Justin Sattler. I'm currently in 9th grade and I play all the sports that the school has to offer, and that's about it.
Alright then, thanks for introducing yourself. Before we get to the official interview, I've prepared some simple yes or no questions for you to get warmed up with. And as a side benefit, these yes or no questions are also related to the official questions that come afterwards. Alright then, let's begin. So the first question is, do you love ICSP?
Yes, I do.
Great, you really should. Moving on to the next question. Are you worried about your future?
As if going to the school, I don't think I have to worry about the future that much because the school provides me a stable structure to build my future on.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good answer. Question number 3. Do you have a teacher here at ICSP who you would consider to be your favorite?
Not really, since all the teachers are very nice to me and they're all friendly.
Okay then, moving on. Question number 4. Do you consider yourself as an athletic person?
I would say so.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
you kind of are. Okay, next. Do you enjoy meeting new people?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Really? I always thought you didn't really enjoy meeting new people. Alright, and the last yes or no question. Do you love your family?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I would have been concerned if you said no. Alright then, I hope you're warmed up by now, and my next questions are going to dive deeper into these earlier questions that you've just answered. So, let's get started. So, from what I know, you've been at this school since you were in kindergarten. I'm sure that by now, you will have many memories here at ICSP. So, my question for you is, in what ways do you think this school has developed you as a person?
Well, the school did a very good job in making me come out as myself, as who I am, and for me to be able to ask questions when I need to and not hesitate.
Yeah, I think the overall atmosphere here at ICSP is really encouraging, and it encourages interaction and creativity. Alright, let's move on to question number 2. Surely at your age in life, as a high school student, you're beginning to imagine what you're going to be in the future and how you're going to live your life. So this leads to my second question, which is, where do you see yourself 4 years from now?
4 years from now, I can see myself studying engineering, specifically in the aerospace field, as I really like physics, and I would want to study how things travel through the air.
Great. I completely support you in this. As your friend and classmate, I know that you're really creative and you can absorb knowledge really well when you enjoy learning it. As for question number 3, I believe that every student has their own unique thing that they love at school. So I wanted to ask you, what do you think is your favorite subject here at ICSP and why?
I would say my favorite subject here at ICSP is physical education, mainly because I like to challenge myself physically instead of challenging myself mentally.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. For me, PE is more of a time to blow off some steam after 6 whole periods of sitting down and writing notes. Alright, as a student as well as an athlete, I'm sure there are times when you're overwhelmed by the work you have to do when you come back from late matches or just practices. So, my question is, as a student athlete, how do you balance your academic life with your athletic life?
Well, personally, I like to separate my academic and my physical life because if you try to combine them and go on with the same level instead of getting one thing done and then doing the next thing, it gets really complicated. And I always tend up to find myself in between the two when I try to do both at the same time.
So you focus on schoolwork first, and then you later focus on athletic work.
Yes.
Well, my next question involves, since you've been here at ICSP for so long, I'm sure that you've met lots of new students come and go, and just you've also seen some of your friends leave as well. So my fifth question for you is, do you have anything to say to new coming students in general?
Well, for the new students, I would first introduce them to the sports we do on our school. And it's because it's never bad to have more players on the team. And I would also introduce them about the teachers, because the more you know the teacher is actually the better you can learn from them.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good way to approach new students. All right then, and here's the last question for you. Would you like to say something to your parents?
To my parents, I would like to thank them for letting me come to this school and make all the wonderful friends I have here. Because of COVID, I haven't really made any friends outside of school. So yeah.
All right then, thank you for answering all those questions. But before we finish, there's one more step that we have to take before ending the video. As you know, the talk has an official question at the end of each video, which is, do you have any suggestions for who the talk should interview in our next video?
I think a good person to interview next would be Bobby Kwan in 9th grade, especially because it's been only a couple months since he came to the school, and you can ask him a lot of good questions.
Yeah, I think it's okay to continue on with this concept of interviewing students. Well, thanks again, Justin, for agreeing to be interviewed by the talk, and I'll see you around. Thanks everyone for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe.